Welcome back to Chisme con Propósito. I am your host, Janet Thayes, well, Dr. Janet Thayes. And today we have a dear, dear friend of mine, not only to me, but our whole, like, Charlie and Angie. So I'll let her introduce herself.
Hey, my name is Erika. I've known the whole team, well, Angie and Charlie specifically, since we were like 10. And then through them, I obviously know Janet. And so we've seen so many different stages of our lives growing up. So, really honored to be a part of the show
Aw,
today.
well, thank you for agreeing, number one. So, but just to start off, just give us a little background of you, how you grew up, what you do. Just,
Yeah, I mean, where to start? Well, I half Ecuadorian, half Mexican. My my dad is Ecuadorian, my mom is Mexican, and they both had come here to this country to find a better life. And then obviously I'm the byproduct of that.
okay, beautiful.
Stop, don't gas me up already, like damn. Let them know, let them know. But we grew up, well, I grew up in Woodside. It's me, my brother. I do have two older siblings who live in Mexico. And so it's a very interesting dynamic, but do love, like, born and raised in Queens, like, absolutely. Like,
We have our queens. Queens is in the building.
absolutely. I will die hard for Queens. Like, while I'm
Same.
there, I'll talk
Same.
trash about Queens, though, but no one else can. So. So we keep it there. And I mean, the food is amazing. I still find myself going to Woodside. I did move like 4 years ago to Middle Village, and it's just like Woodside, Sunnyside, Roosevelt. Like, the food is amazing. The culture, just like the diversity. Growing up in that, it's amazing. I feel that really added to overall, like, my view of the world culturally, just diversifying like my points of views. Like, we all have like very different friends with very different backgrounds, so I've learned so much from everyone. And I do appreciate the fact that it's because, like, I grew up in Woodside and Queens and all that. It's a little melting pot out here.
Number one, I definitely think that Queens is one of the most diverse neighborhoods. And even then, you can go from one block to another and be like, okay, I want Colombian food. Oh, but the next block I have Bengali food.
Yep.
Oh, then I have some momos out there. Okay, like you get such a great enriching in foods and culture in Queens alone. So, Erica, what is it that you do? Like,
Ooh.
tell me.
That's a loaded question. Currently, right now, I am in marketing, but I've lived so many different lives. I've been in very different careers, backgrounds. Like anyone, you never really know what you want to do. I was in high school and I did come out as a licensed cosmetologist.
See?
Yeah. Oh, no way. Like, you see, like, we're out here. And are you practicing? No. Yeah.
Things happen.
No, literally, things really do happen. But at the time, like, you're like, oh my God, I'm going to do hair, I'm going to do nails, like the dream, being a girl's girl and everything. But then I actually did work at a salon. I was 14 years old. I probably shouldn't have been working there anyways, but I mean, it was like my first job. My mom has like getting her nails done, and the woman was like, I need a helper. My mom's like, well, my daughter wants to work, so just gave me opportunity. I think I was earning like $100 a day, which back in the day, like at 14, that was like, I was making big money. I was like, oh, I'm rich. I got $100. Like, I could buy the world. I remember I bought my mom like a little gift or something, and I felt like, oh my God, I did that, So, like, it was crazy. But yeah, I ended up realizing, I'm like, I don't like doing this. I really hate like doing nails. I hate doing hair. So pushed through, graduated, and went to college. But I didn't know what I wanted to do. I mean, our parents just tell us, like, get a degree, go to school, And I'm like, okay, cool, I'm gonna do it because that's what my parents told me to do. And I actually flunked out, or almost did, my second semester. I was failing classes.
Did you know like what major you were going through, or you were just doing an undecided track?
Yeah, I was just like undecided, just doing like general like education classes just to fulfill like my
Requirements.
the basic requirements. And so I'm like, I don't like math. I don't like science. I went in there thinking, okay, maybe I'll do biology because I love animals. I love, maybe I want to be a veterinarian. And I realized I wasn't that great in science anyway. So there's that. Then I was working at a veterinary clinic at the time too. And I quickly realized they're seeing actual veterinarians practice. I got to ask them questions about their career and really learn more about what the field was about. And I'm like, no, I actually don't want to do veterinary. I love animals. That's like my true passion. But to do actual veterinary work, it wasn't for me.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I'm just in school, just cruising, just trying to get by and like failing classes. I wasn't showing up. I was just like, didn't really know what to do until I took an econ class and I was like, okay, like I kind of find this interesting, but then I failed it. And so I'm like, all right, cool. But I went back again and I'm like, let me retake it. And because let me actually apply myself for once, like show up to class, actually listen.
Yeah.
And I mean, I came out of there with A's and I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to do business administration. And I double majored in economics and international business.
Wow.
So came out with that. Barely made it though, because I had to make up for like that 1 year of me like basically flunking.
But hey, you got it done.
I got it done. I got that piece of paper and I was like, oh my God, yes. I did it. And then once I came out of school, COVID happened. So like, girl, it's like time, like this is going to be a reoccurring theme. So obviously the job market was like absolutely phenomenal. Jobs were lined up for me left and right, of course. I actually was in queue to be a flight attendant at some point, and obviously, like that wasn't gonna go anywhere. Yeah. So then, I was still working at the vet clinics, and I'm like, okay, I'll do this in the meantime, but I do want to practice what I learned.
Yeah.
And I want to, go into business or doing something with my degree. And this opportunity came up with a mutual friend of mine, Eileen. She was working for NerdWallet at the time, and I was actually working at a bank at this point. Mm-hmm. Got my entry level, like I'm in banking now, cool. But then I got robbed. Yeah. I got robbed at the bank.
Like someone, like an actual active rob?
Yep. Like
I don't need to laugh.
What? You could laugh because it's comical. Like you only see it in movies, and then for me to experience it in real life, I was literally like, this has to be a freaking joke. Like this man literally passed me a note, like the whole shebang. Like pass me a note, like pass me the money, don't call the cops. I'm like, great, fantastic. Here's your money, sir. Have an amazing day. And I was involved with getting him like prosecuted and.
Wow.
So very quickly, I'm like, banking is not for me.
Number one, you were in there not that long and got robbed.
No, literally. I was there for like, I think 2 months. Yeah.
What?
Yeah. I was there for 2 months.
Okay, so after the banking and that whole shebangle that happened over there, what did you do? Did you go to, you had mentioned NerdWallet, like, so did you transition out and started that company?
Exactly. Like when that whole little debacle happened, coincidentally, like my friend, she went and told me about this opportunity at NerdWallet, and I'm like, okay, like this sounds kind of cool, it's an account executive role, never done it before, so let me try it. I know NerdWallet. I used NerdWallet during my undergrad to write papers and stuff, so I'm like, all right, cool. It's a fintech. I think this is where my path should go. I end up doing the role, and it turns out to be sales. And I'm like, I've never done sales before in my life. This is a whole other ball game. I now have to call people, I have to get them to like apply for a loan and all this stuff. What? Yeah, so I'm just like, okay, adjacent to banking, but I'm no longer client facing, but I'm also like processing loans at this point. And so, I mean, I didn't have any sales experience, but I did leverage my customer service skills, like from all the time that I worked at the vet clinic, in banking. I'm just good with talking to people.
Yes.
So I leveraged that, and people really liked me over the phone. I just had a very friendly customer service voice, I guess.
Okay, girl.
So they're like, yeah, like, let's open this account with you. I'm like, okay, great, thank you. Please.
Thank you, please. I need this job.
Literally, like, my job is on the line if you don't open this account, but no pressure, please. And so leveraging all those skills, I got promoted. I was a really great performer as an account executive. Ended up doing banking loans. So this is like government bank loans, which now I was working with another subset of small to medium businesses, and was really good at that too. And then again, I climbed up the ladder, and now I'm working for corporate and business development. So essentially what I was doing was managing the marketplace, and just all of our providers for the lenders. I was just managing our relationship with them, and also just scoping out new business opportunities to provide more loan products for our clients. Okay. So it was great. Like I was like, okay, cool. I did the next step. I climbed the ladder. You know, my parents are proud of me. Yeah. I have my own apartment. Like, life is looking great. And I was doing that for, I think, like a year and a half or so. And then layoffs happened. And yeah, so even though I was at the company for 3 years, because I was just on the newer end of that position, it just made sense that I was one of the people impacted.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. So, but honestly, blessing in disguise. Okay. Because I ended up making some really finding some hard truths about it. Because one, I was like, was I really happy doing any of that? Not really. I mean, I was good at my role, but I wasn't really happy. Two, it's like, okay, what's next? Three, and very much importantly, was I had neglected so much of my life outside of work. I wasn't seeing friends. I wasn't seeing my family. I just isolated myself. I lost myself.
Was it because the workload that you had was so much that you were actually taking work home with you, or was it because you couldn't find the balance?
I think it's a little bit of both. Like, I know I'm a workaholic. Okay. I know when
Same.
I'm 100%, which is why I see you study, and I'm like, I'm the type to take work home. I'm the type to, like, put in a little extra to get things done. Yeah. And at the same time, it's like, I also wasn't finding my work-life balance, because in my mind, I'm like, if I work and I get all this money, I'm just going to be happy and providing, you know, for my family, like gifts and trips and buying things, and, you know, kind of like money will buy that happiness in a way. I mean, granted, like, I was able to take my mom for her first trip to California. We went to Disney took her to Florida. Right. So I do give so many thanks to, like, NerdWallet for giving me that opportunity of like taking out my mom and giving that sense of joy and happiness, that when she was like looking at the fireworks and everything, I was like, she's living her life for the first time too. And so
That's so beautiful.
Yeah, dude, like I'm a first gen or whatever. I'm a first gen college graduate, and I'm the first, like, one here in the States. So, and I'm the eldest daughter. So yeah, like, the pressure that comes out of that, it's like, you know, I was finally able to provide for my family and give them an experience.
I think of Encanto.
Yeah.
Lisa.
Yeah.
How she's the oldest daughter and everything, and so much burden.
Yes.
And so much hope that they have for the first daughter. I think that you have, not only being the first daughter, all of that, you've seen your fair share of things. Mm-hmm. So after the cosmetology, NerdWallet, getting robbed at a bank.
Highlights.
Just mini highlights, you know? Have you found your happiness? What do you do now? Mm-hmm. And how did you get there?
Ooh, so coming out of that layoff, I was unemployed for 10 months. And for someone that's very much work-driven, workaholic, it took a hit on my mental health, where I was like, I don't have purpose. I don't know what I'm doing. like what's my next step, and plus like I ended up realizing that I don't know myself as well as I thought I did. So it's like, what do I want to do now? Because the next step that I take, I want to take it with such intentionality, because I've already done so many different things in my background where I'm like, I don't want to just do things anymore. I want intentionality. I want a career. I want somewhere where I can grow and challenge myself, and a subject that I actually like to do. Yeah. So during that time that I was unemployed, co-op was a program that was recommended to me a few years back, and I just never had the time for it. I'm like, no, I'm already working. Like, I don't think I really need this. And now I was like, well, I have time, so I might as well go back to school. So I did co-op. And co-op, I was doing the data analytics track because in my mind, data is like the next thing in like in a corporate setting. You're analyzing data that you can apply in so many different fields. So I'm like, okay, I think this is where it's a starting point for me to see like what industry do I really want to focus in. And co-op introduced me to this other program called Kepler U, and Kepler U was a digital marketing intro kind of program as well. So I was doing both co-op, Kepler U, and applying what I was learning at co-op at Kepler U, and so on and so forth. Was it a little intense? It definitely was, because it was basically me going to school. I mean, I was just like dedicating from 3 to 9, just like focusing on those programs. And then outside of that, I'm like, well, I need hobbies. I need to get to know myself. Like, I need other things. So I would go see my friends and rekindle relationships and friendships and build my community all over again. And I realized, I'm like, I thrive in my community. I love the people that I have around me. Everyone gives me energy and joy. Like, I cannot let this go. This is very valuable. And aside from that, I joined softball. I was in my athlete era for a minute.
Okay. How did softball go?
Oh, girl. In my heart, me and my team won.
Okay. That's all that matters.
That's all that matters,
Did you enjoy yourself?
Absolutely. Oh my God. It was so much fun. I got to learn like so much about this sport that I've never touched a bat, softball, none of these things. And I'm like, oh my God, this was so much fun. I did meditation. I went back to therapy. Shout out to my therapist. Like, I love her. She's helped me through a lot of this journey, and really got to build this relationship with myself, building trust, building, just getting to know who I am and what I like. So once I graduated from this program, and I'm doing all of this work internally and externally and planting these seeds for myself, because job applications like weren't going on anywhere, and I was like, it's all about who you know, not what you know. And I heavily tell this to people. So I'm like networking, I'm building my connections. And once I graduated from these programs, because I was just so intentional about participating and being curious and just being present in these programs, I'm like, I'm not wasting my time doing any of this. These people are giving me this time for free to help me develop. Like, I'm not wasting that. And they saw that, and so they offered me a seat to, when a role opened up at my current company at Kepler, they referred me. They were like, we want Erika to join our team. Yeah.
That's so beautiful. It comes down to, you're putting in this work. You put in this work, and I think it's double the work when you're doing a program and also trying to find yourself. Because finding yourself, we're always evolving and we're always changing. And you continuously learn about yourself. So now, being in this company, how is it that you integrate your culture or anything that you would like to share?
Yeah, great question. Because Kepler is a marketing agency, and so it's pretty large. And coincidentally, like, once I joined, I knew they had like culture and inclusion, and so I'm like, you know what? I'm part of this company. Like, I want to add my culture into this. And they do have a Latino ERG, or employee resource group. And so I joined it. It's called Cosmic Cultura. It's like,
Aww,
it's so cute.
so cute.
It is so cute. And it's like a lot of us with very common interests. Like a lot of my fellow teammates, they're also Ecuadorian. And I'm like, oh my God, like, what a
wow,
like,
this is our connection.
That's my way in. Like, we're friends now. So literally, and so like being Ecuadorian, I'm like, well, half Ecuadorian. I use that to be like, oh my God, let's talk about the food. Let's talk about this and that. And also just like being real with our experiences. Like, we're also, a good chunk of us were like first gen or just like working in corporate, and you know, being Latinos, it's a whole different ball game. You know, you don't get taught these things growing up, and like you have to navigate these things on your own, and it really takes other people to like help you navigate these things, and like be in a corporate setting, and you know, how do you present yourself for these things, and so it's nice. Like culturally, I love talking about like my foods, my music, and just like if my mom makes pozole, I'll tell my teammates, I'm like, yeah, my mom made pozole, not to brag or nothing, but like, and then I'll explain what it is. So I love just using food. I think that's like a love language for a lot of people.
Oh yeah.
So I'm like, you know, this heart is in the stomach, or whatever the saying. Yeah.
Agreed.
The heart is in the stomach. Like, I will stand on, like, die on this hill. And, like, I'll use Spanish into some of my lingo, you know, just, like, throwing in a C. Everyone knows what C is. So I'm just like, yeah, C. Or hola, whatever. Just to throw it in there. Because, like, we're here. We're here. They know I'm Latina. Like, you know, we're here to claim some of these spaces as well.
Amen to that, girl.
We're here to take up space, and we deserve to be at the table. So that's definitely something that, like, I think I had struggled with in my journey, always just second guessing myself, and like, you know, dealing with imposter syndrome, and unlearning a lot of these things that, like, growing up, you know, your parents are always like, keep your head down, just follow the rules, you know, climb the ladder, do all this. And then you have to unlearn all those things and like really trust yourself, and like really know that you deserve to be there as much as everyone else. So yeah. So now I'm in marketing. Long story short, I'm in marketing now. This is where I find myself in this point in my life. I enjoy it so far. Very dynamic, I won't lie, but it's challenging me in many different ways. But at the end of the day, I find myself like, but I actually enjoy the bigger picture of what I'm learning. So
if there are people out there who aren't in the same boat, what would you advise them if they're trying to start all over again like you did?
I would say something I learned in meditation that really has carried on with me now is kindness and curiosity with yourself. Kindness, because you're also learning to live for the first time too. Be kind to yourself. And be curious about the things that you're feeling, because these changes happen, and trust me, like, these changes hit me hard. But when I started changing my perspective on like, okay, why am I feeling this way? Where is this coming from? And again, shout out to my therapist, Bruni, because she's like freaking amazing. To really question these things and being like, okay, where is this really stemming from? And you get to learn a lot about these like things about yourself and really grow. So be kind, be curious, be patient, and just know that wherever you're at, you deserve to be there. You fought hard. We, being Latinos, Hispanos, like, we have to work twice as hard to get to the same place as some of our counterparts. Yes. So no matter where you are standing, you deserve to be there. You fought hard, and that's something that I've told myself and has helped me a lot with the imposter syndrome of being like, no, I'm not letting her get to me, because I worked hard to be here. Everything that I went through, all my failures, all of my downfalls have led me to this point of like, estoy parada aquí, and they're not moving me from here.
Yep.
So
I think it's so ironic that you mentioned what you've learned in therapy, because today I was like scrolling through Instagram, the little 5 minutes that I had today, but I read a post and it was like, instead of why is it happening to me, what is this trying to teach me?
Yeah.
So shifting that and being like, we can, and it's okay. It's okay to whine and all of that for a little bit, but don't let that be the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's more of like, okay, what am I going to learn from this so I can carry this moving forward? So if it happens again, I know how to maneuver it.
Exactly. We don't internalize it because it's really easy to do it. But to your point, I know it's a little corny or whatever, but it's like God gives us the battles, their stronger soldiers or whatever. I'm here like, listen, I'm tired, bro. Like, please, I am not your strongest soldier. Like, please stop. I'm done.
It's someone else's turn. It's someone else's turn.
Please, I'm grown. Come on. It's still not over yet, but yeah, like internalizing it is so easy. So it's like once you push through, you're gonna learn something out of it. It's definitely a mindset shift.
Aw. Okay, so if someone were to follow in your footsteps for marketing or any of that, what advice would you give them?
Firstly, looking into some of these programs of co-op. Again, huge shout out to co-op. I am now a co-op captain for this coming semester. So
okay,
giving back. Yes, absolutely. Because I'm like, this program really was such a pivotal change for me, and it changed me for the better, that I want to at least be that one person to impact one person coming in and giving them some direction. Because you never know what your words could really mean to someone.
Yeah, of course.
They've done that to me, and it's only fair for me to give back. So definitely these like programs for co-op, Kepler U. There's probably many other like digital marketing programs that you can look into. Just make sure that they're free. Don't want to get scammed, or just like word of mouth, like of people like who have done it before. LinkedIn is such an amazing tool to use. Please. Network, reaching out to people, asking questions. I mean, what's the worst they're gonna do? They're not gonna answer you, and it's like, okay, move on to the next. Like at this point, I faced rejection so many times. I'm like, all right, whatever. So
you don't know until you ask.
Exactly. Closed mouths don't get fed. So you need to go out, advocate for yourself, because you are the only one advocating for yourself. You are the product who is selling to other people, hey, this is what I have to bring, and this is how I'm going to contribute. So ask questions, reach out to LinkedIn, like people on LinkedIn who have the same experience, who are analysts or digital marketing, get the experience. Because sometimes it's like, maybe it might not be for you, and that's totally okay. So, yeah.
Okay, and just to end off, what would be your échale ganas message? I know I always end with this, but I feel like it's so important because if you haven't heard it, let it be heard here, or just to stimulate you, or to just give you something to think about.
Oh, man. Oof. Échale ganas. I mean, from someone who like has been down so many times in her life and just had to pick herself up and be like, tienes que echarle ganas, is just like, one, my parents are such an inspiration to me. They came here to give me a better life, and I'm like, I don't want to take it for granted. I'm going to do my best and do what I can to make them proud in any way I can. And two, it's, again, just be kind, be curious, be like, remind yourself that this is your first time too, like living through these experiences, and push through. Like, you're not alone. Build your community, talk to people around you. It's all about your community. Like, your network is gold. It's whoever you have around you, the energy, the vibes that they're bringing to you, that te están echando ganas también. Like, I don't think I could have made it this far if it wasn't for the people around me here, quite frankly, who have pulled me out when it's been the darkest. So lean on your community.
Guys, before I start crying, because what you said is so, honestly, your community and who you surround yourself with makes a difference. And there are people that, I'm not even gonna lie to you, Angie and Charlie, they've been like, okay, well, you need a break. you need a break, come outside. You've been studying too much, let's go.
Mm-hmm.
But honestly, I just want to give my all thank you for sharing your story because honestly, you've been through it from top to bottom.
Yep.
And here you are rising
Mm-hmm.
because at the end of the day, we rise as Latinos, as first generations, as whether it's first, second, or even DACA participants, we deserve a seat at the table. And don't ever allow anybody to tell you you do not.
And those who try is because they are afraid of your potential. Take that.
And you know, what will always set us apart is the diversity that we bring and so much knowledge that you don't even know you have. So thank you so much. Please tune in to the next episode and we will be providing information. Would it be okay if people contact you if they wanted to?
Absolutely.
Like she had mentioned, Co-op is the program as well as Merck.
Kepler U.
Kepler U.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'm thinking of Merck, the
pharmacy.
The pharmacy industry.
She's all pharmacy.
Yes. So thank you guys. We will see you next time in 2 weeks.